Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Prepping by Faith, and today I wanted to talk to you about the Orwellian world we seem to be stepping into. If any of you are not familiar with the Ministry of Truth, it was a government organization established in George Orwell's book 1984, in which the main job of this agency was to rewrite history and change the facts to fit the party's narrative. So they were involved with the news media, entertainment, and fine arts, and if the party made a mistake, they simply went in and changed the events by rewriting articles past and present. It is really the ministry of propaganda. As many of you are aware already, President Biden has established a disinformation governance board under the Department of DHS to help eradicate misinformation. You see where I'm going with this? Now, we all know that any disinformation board, especially under this administration, could easily be turned against anyone who opposes their views. Any one of us who believes in nationalism, closed borders, freedom of choice with the jab, etc., could potentially be labeled domestic T-words. We've already seen a monumental push for censorship on every platform to silence any voice that goes against this agenda. Any board that is created under a government agency to silence free speech is a board that needs removed swiftly. Thankfully, I have heard that Senator Josh Hawley has just introduced a bill on Wednesday to immediately dissolve this board, and it would stop them from being able to re-erect anything similar in the future. Hopefully this is successful, but I don't believe it will entirely stop them from trying to silence any opposition. In case some of you are unaware, I wanted to link another document to this video, which will be available to you in the description box. It is the plans of DHS for this year. Now, this announcement was made the end of November 2021, so I would imagine many of these plans are already underway. They had solicited the help of small businesses for these innovative ideas of theirs. I will list them here for you in the order that they appear in this report. Now, I'm not going to label each one of these. They each have corresponding numbers that go with them, but some of the things that they are working on is automated artificial intelligence, AI, distress alerts, and monitoring. Another one is rapidly deployable countermeasures at protected perimeters and structures. So to me, that sounds like something where they could be creating some sort of technology that would work with FEMA. So non-invasive and real-time detection of counterfeit microelectronics, broadband push-to-talk interoperability platform. A step towards agent-agnostic detection of biological hazards. Streamlined airport checkpoint screening for limited mobility passengers. Mass fatality tracking system, MFTS. Now that one's got me a little bit curious. What is that one all about? Why would they need mass fatality tracking systems? Another one is next generation semiconductor-based spectroscopic personal radiation detectors. So radiation detecting equipment. Field forward diagnostics for select agent list toxins. Wearable detector for aerosolized chemical threats. And this one really just gets me. From port side to pen side, low cost detection diagnostics for high consequence transboundary or nationally reportable animal diseases, particularly those with zoonotic propensity. So you see that whether they are able to keep this disinformation board or not, they do have some very intense projects underway that appear to be moving in the direction of establishing perimeters as well as detectable systems for mass fatalities and tracking animal diseases. As we know, the bird flu is a zoonotic propensity disease that they have latched onto recently, so we need to be monitoring this closely. When you see these things laid out, it does look as though it were planned. We all know that what information we are provided is laced with propaganda, and it is very difficult to discern the truth these days. That's why I believe it's more important than ever that we establish a relationship with God, because we know that He sees everything and knows everything. The Bible tells us He knows the end from the beginning. I believe if we seek Him, He will help keep us several steps ahead of these people and their evil schemes. One of the reasons I wanted to share this with you today is to get you thinking about what might happen if they take these platforms away from us. I know there is a lot of talk about Elon acquiring Twitter, which appears to be a step in the right direction, but I'm sure many of us have our own feelings about that as well. But I want to get you thinking, what if you aren't able to access your favorite content creators one day because they've been removed? Do you feel like you have the skills and resources necessary to do your own research? Are you established enough in your knowledge now to weather the storm and protect your families? If you answered no to either of those questions, or you aren't feeling extremely confident, then maybe it's time to start developing some of those research skills yourself. Maybe it's time to get more serious about having resources on hand, like good reference materials that will help you develop those skills. If you don't have money for tons of books, take the time now to back some of the information you enjoy up on an external hard drive or print it off if you have a printer. I would encourage you to do both in case we don't have power at some point. Written knowledge is going to be very crucial in the future, especially with the ministry of truth afoot. That's all I have for you guys today, and I ask that if you have learned something from this video, you like, share, and subscribe, and remember to pray, prep, and put God first. God bless.